Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday morning to you. Welcome to today's messages of love from above. And happy daylight savings time to those of you. We're on an hour earlier than normal, at least with our bodies. And those of you that don't, your country or state don't um, participate in that, lucky you. But I'll be on an hour earlier than normal in your time zone. Um, so just a heads up on that. And happy Pisces new moon. So before I get into all of that, though, let me get my desktop set up here. Can tell I look a little tired, huh? Hopefully next year they will get rid of this daylight savings time. Maybe if certain parties take over the House of Representatives and everything, we'll get it all squared away. So, hello, everybody. Making sure we're all live and good here. Let me just double check here. Hey, hi. Well, welcome to the land of the awakened, Johanna. And shout out to my YouTube channel members. You'll see their names in green with their little badges. So, Johanna, whoop, whoop. And Magana, hello. You were one of the lucky winners of the Zen Cricket YouTube membership, which every month I do give away 10 because YouTube gives me 10 free ones to give away. I initiated. Spirit and YouTube are the ones who choose it through some sort of system that they have. But all you have to do is have your little gift settings on, and we'll talk more about that when we get closer to April 1st when I get more. So that'll be exciting. All right. So before we get into everything, let's send some love out to the world because the world can certainly always use more love, right? So whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can join together outside of space and time and send out beautiful love to the world. And when one person sends unconditional love to the world, we transform and kind of balance out a million souls who are experiencing lower vibrational fear energy in this giant fear amusement park. So we can do our part to help the collective by doing that and individually. And when we join together, it not only just adds on top of one another, it multiplies it. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And let's let all that outside world stuff just go for a moment. And then as I hit the singing bowl, we'll just imagine that beautiful love flowing down like a waterfall, filling our heart up, and then filling us up and overflowing out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Let me put that back over here. Well, it continues to sing its little heart away. And before we get into the readings, like I mentioned, happy Pisces new moon. We do have a new moon pick a card here. And there we go. So you've got this pick a card where you can choose and find out where can fear be transformed in our lives. So you have a pick a card. You can choose as many of those as you want. But there's also information on there how to make most of the 10, yes, 10 new moon wishes that we get every new moon, and we still can use that beautiful energy here, and so it's a wonderful, wonderful energy. So be sure to check that out. Also, we are in Pisces season still. So just a shout out to all you Pisces sun babies. This is a pick a card for everyone for this Pisces period from February 19th to like March 19th. And there's also a special bonus 3-month forecast reading for all the Pisces sun babies. So if you have Pisces in your life, Pisces suns, make sure to send them the link and tell them happy birthday. You want to know what's going to happen in 3 months? It's a nice little free gift that you can give. Also, we had a new podcast episode come out this morning. Yay, yay, yay. So I'm so happy to be doing this. It's one of the things I wanted to expand on and do this year, which is more teaching and sharing of wisdom and information. This is called From Chaos to Cozy, is the name of the podcast. You know, we come from cozy, we come down to chaos, and we make our way back to cozy. And this talks about my journey through my dark times when I almost killed myself, and the steps that a creator and spirit brought me, and the tools they provided, and the experiences I had that can help you too. Um, Move into a more cozy place instead of the chaos of the world, right? So today's is called The Other, which talks about a big source of our chaos, which is interacting with other humans, right? So be sure to check that out. And there's a link to the whole playlist if you want to catch up on it too. So I like it. And then I did put out life purpose readings. Um, it's a new type of reading that I offer. And for the month of March, it's going to be 50% off. So we're still only a third of the way through March. Can you imagine? We're almost halfway through. Zoom, here we go. So you can check out that video. It tells you what comes with all of that as well. It's really cool. I like it into my natal chart and figuring out my life purpose. Like you look at your 10th house, and that's our place of career and work, and my Neptune, which is Pisces, energy connecting to spirit. It was like, well, I guess that's a big piece of it. And even like the second house is where we earn our income and all of that. I've got a stellium in Pisces there. A friend of mine who was a astrologer years ago, when she looked at my chart, she goes, "Yeah, normally I say, people have a choice in their life, but she goes, looking at your chart, you were like, you were going to be pulled into doing some sort of spiritual work in your life. You were pretty much, it's a tsunami. You can't like resist it." And I'm like, yay. You have no Pisces whatsoever. Well, you have no Pisces aspects, but everyone has all 12. Well, we're a soup of all 12 signs. We're just geared toward, those things, and we choose that for on purpose for a purpose too. So your sister, my mom is Pisces, and my twin nieces are Pisces. So I got a lot of Pisces energy, but I like that. Um, so enough about that. Let's get these here. Now, if you're new to these readings, oops, I don't have this set to live. Let me do this here so I can see everything clearly. There we go. Um, if you're new to this channel or new to these readings, welcome. Got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, great combination. And how the readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. All you have to do is put your question into the chat. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows. So they're the ones that are important. They're the ones that are speaking through, right? And then if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that, step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those, pulling extra cards, and then I return back and make my way down the list. I am going to be using again today the Arcanus Animal Tarot. It's funny, the raccoon, because we got in the room that I stay in here in the basement, actually has an old chimney and I'm in the basement, but it goes up, and out, and it's closed in. Um, but there's a raccoon family in there, and so whenever I see that raccoon, I'm like, "Hey, raccoons." All right, so let's get into it. I know, right? Infinity, I really like it. I like the simplicity of it, but I like all the animals on it too, so it's just good energies. But I love all my decks. I've got, gosh, last count, probably have 30 plus tarot and probably 140, 150 oracle. I know, but this is what I do. This is my career. All right. So, I do have a couple donations that came through here. I do have a couple. I don't know if Alice is here. Alice. If not, um, Alice had gave me two donations last yesterday evening, and so I'm gonna do hers first because those are due here. Let me just move this around and then Johanna, and then I do see the PayPal that came through as well for Brenda. And then Infinity, you'll be up after that. So let's get into it. So Alice, you gave me two donations. The first one is you said you don't seem to have any friends that stick around for long. So you're wondering what are you doing wrong? And because you try your your best to be nice and kind to everyone. All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know around these fickle people that don't aren't true friends. I have to warn everyone. But one, I didn't get a ton of sleep because of the daylight savings. Waking up, you stay up, you can't go to sleep earlier, and then you just everything starts earlier. But I also have Pisces moon. With this new mood, I'm like giddy. I almost feel high, which was all day yesterday too. So forewarning, I'm gonna be a little giddy today. All right. So Alice, you just haven't found your tribe yet. So, the 3 of cups, you, Johanna, you slept for me too. Good, thank you. You're so kind. I appreciate that. Um, so the 3 of cups is tribe and that you're gonna be getting to know your tribe. And I like that the people who are not meant for us will get moved out of our lives. And that's good, because otherwise, if like you're trying to be kind and you want like all these friends, it could be that, you're just not selective enough and spirit's going, I'm going to select for you. No, I'm just kidding. But kind of, right? If you're like, I'll be friends with anyone. But that doesn't mean they're friendship material for you in this lifetime, right? And there's only so much emotional energy that we can invest in relationships and our emotional things that are below the surface and everything. And so spirit is like going cleaning house, right? They're you know doing all that, and they're going to be drawing the people to you that are destined for your path in this. And I feel like it's at least two best friends that are coming in, where it's three peas in a pod. So just know that it's been selective, and that it's you know if people leave, then there's lessons in it. There's always a mirror for it. Like, how am I not being a friend to myself, is a good reflection. And I feel like that's a big thing there. All right, yeah, Flower and Mindy, thank you. I got yours coming through too, so you'll be up after Infinity. So thank you. I do see here, yeah, yeah. Again, you got High Priestess and Nine of Cups. So this is stepping away from all the chaos with the high priestess. She goes into her temple, connects higher, looks back into, the veil behind her and dives deep into her emotions. And the Nine of Cups starts here. This is emotional fulfillment. And this does start, I like how they're bringing this in, are the love of others and how we interact with others is all dependent upon how we love ourselves, right? We can't give love or receive love, friendship, romance, or whatever from others and give that without, more than to the extent we love ourselves. And so I feel like Spirit also is drawing you in here to understand this relationship, this friendship again, with your higher self, and how that's the best friend you'll ever have, because no one knows you like you know yourself. No one can give you love like you can give yourself, because you know yourself better than anyone, right? And so it starts there. You turn inward and upward, you fill up, it overflows, and as you're raised in your love vibration, this is what is drawing these other people in here for you. Yeah. Because there's the Five of Swords is conflict in the outside world, and even though you feel like you're being friendly and everything to everyone, there's a lot of conflict that happens in these other people, and, again, they're a mirror for you to that reflects your inner conflict between your head and your heart, and there can be something about, you know, your own, feeling of self-worth, right? And if below the surface, right, if our inner child is going, you know what, you don't deserve to have friends yet, you know, you have to do all of this to deserve this, and that's why, in a way, your inner child also repels people away, because it's like, um, it wants you to develop a friendship with them first in a way. And then also, they just don't feel like we deserve those. So I feel like there is this, yeah, looking at things in a different way here with the Page of Swords, seeing things from a higher perspective rooted in unconditional love. And that's what transforms the Five of Cups. There's this, with both the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups, there's this transformative energy with the number fives, which is all about moving things from a lower vibrational energy to higher vibrational energy. So I like that. So that's what's coming in on that direction. So just know that, the things that you can do is look at your inner child, what's below the surface, what's this rate of exchange of love, right? And I don't know if we've talked about it with you specifically, but I do have a take 10 with Zen. I think I mentioned this at least once, once a session, but this is good for everybody. It's take 10 with Zen. It's a series that I had last year. Episodes 4 and 5 are good to look at. Episode 5 is the one that talks about the Six of Pentacles, which is the energy of that out of balance, giving and receiving that was developed, that's bubbling down below the surface on autopilot. And when we bring that down, these force fields come down. And that's what kind of needs to happen to allow these other two individuals to come in. But everything is happening on purpose for a purpose anyway. These individuals that were coming in that leave, these were the mirrors that agreed to be those flags to have you go, what's going on? So that you'll turn inward and upward, move those that out of balance to even, these come down, and then here comes in your destined besties that will be coming in for you. So I like it for you. That is what they have you for your first one there, Alice. So thank you again for your donation. Let me move that out of the way. Great. All right, Brittany, thank you for your donation too, Brittany. You'll be down on the list here. Got a few donations, so we will get to you here. All right. And then, Alice, your second question. Want to know who is coming next for you in love. All right. So, Spirit wants you to build your self love. Yep. Like as we were talking about. So, you're already zeroed in there. But you're wondering, when will a real romantic relationship come to you? Yeah, very good. Oops. Let me just get here. Yep. Absolutely, Brenda. I got yours. You'll be up. Johanna will be next, and then you. And then Infinity, and then I lost count, but that's what but we'll be. I'll announce kind of who's next here. All right, so let me focus here, Alice, on this real romantic relationship. You're tired of dealing with boys who just want action and no romance. I get you. Let's take a look here. So, what's going on with the romance? All right. All right. Yeah. And I see, and this is what you're doing. And when we're talking here, like what we just talked about with bringing those that the barriers down. That's what's going to allow that real love to come in. Because again, these the friends that are coming in and leaving, and you're like, what's going on? And then all of these individuals looking just for intimacy and not for like deep emotional relationship. These were have been all these mirrors for you to turn you inward and inward and inward. They're all just pointing, going, look inside you, look inside you, look inside you. Trust me, I know I had like a lot of relationships that I'm like, oh, we have beautiful teachers who come in who will show us in mirrors, right? Who will show us what we want to see about ourselves till we see it, and they do not give up. And so I like that you're this awareness. You're going, what is going on? Because this is the period of time here where you are making that switch. And here on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, which does show you here that you are in this movement. The Eight of Pentacles is putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, the energy towards the Ace of Cups self-love. So I like this. So you've been doing this and just continue to do that because you do have here victory and movement with the Chariot card with the Three of Pentacles. This is all about being true to your authentic self and expressing yourself and not trying to be who you think other people want you to be, blah blah blah. And as you connect more to that self-love and balance out that give and receive, out of balance, you know it's a beautiful switcheroo that happens here. And the Chariot is a power of choice, and as you step into this awareness of, you know I'm the one who decides the story of my emotions, my energy, my actions. You're taking this energy that you're investing out here, trying to be who you think other people want you to be, trying to make other people be who we want them to be, needing, I need this validation. I need this. All this transforms as your uh, self-love goes and your self-worth goes up, and you're like, you take all your power back of how you're defining yourself by other people's actions or non-actions or words or non-words, like they don't tell me they love me, or they don't do this, they don't do that. It's like, well, this has nothing to do with me. This is their actions, but what I'm seeing in all these mirrors is about me. So like we said, how am I not being a best friend to myself? How am I not being my deepest love, my deepest the romance, It's like Whitney Houston, she, and it was Dolly Parton that actually, I think, that wrote her the song. It's the greatest love of all lives right here inside of me, and it's my self-love. And then we fill up and everything else changes. It becomes above and beyond extra. And you've got the Hierophant and the Six of Swords. This all is about seeing things from a higher perspective, movement, again, movement with the Chariot card in this is movement of thought and belief and mindset, and things are changing, things are unfolding. The Eight of Pentacles also is that you'll start to see changes in the outside world. We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. We don't change from the outside in. We thankfully, we change from the inside out. And so as we change on the inside, the outside world begins to change and the energy starts to align. So I like that for you. Hopefully that helps, Alice. So hang in there and keep doing that. Keep heading into that self love because that is the cure for all that ails you. All right. So many blessings to you. Let me move that out of the way since we took care of those. And let me scroll up here. So, Johanna, thank you so much here for your nap donation last night. You were hilarious. And thank you for that. I really appreciate that. So, I'll allow that to be a special donation. And let's give this donation some love and a like there. And has anyone listened to Ariana's new album? No, not yet. You know what's so hilarious is this morning my host, she is getting into plants, and she was like, "Hey, I have a ponytail palm for you." And I happened to see Ariana, because I replied to her. She texted me, and I replied to her, and I had it was Ariana who was doing her ponytail, and so I named it Ariana, and that's just hilarious that we're in sync there. Anyway, but I love her. She's such a beautiful soul, so I'll have to check that out. So we'll check it out. And you want to know whatever spirit wants you to hear today? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what we got going on here. What does spirit want you to know right now, Johanna? Appreciate you. And your sense of humor. All right. I like the bottom of the deck. You got the Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So, both of these are kind of homebody, hang out at home. The Four of Pentacles is like the four walls and this stability of the outside world. And the High Priestess steps back out of the chaos, goes into her High Priestess temple and spends some good time with self, capital S self, and spirit, and looking at myself and reflecting. And it's Pisces energy today too. So it's a good energy today to really, access all of that, since you don't have a lot of Pisces represented. Although, do you have any on the cusp? I almost feel like if you have any Aries, if you have Aries or Aquarius in your chart, you might see the degree at which you're at. You might be have some cuspy energy, but you do have this um, great opportunity to connect deeply. We got like 5 planets in Pisces right now, including the sun, and now the moon today, and it's very it's a very auspicious time. The veil's very thin for us to connect to the spirit world, so it's a great time to do all that. And we do have here just a little reminder here from spirit that, take a look at and see things from an upper perspective on where you're investing all of your energy and time and etc. The 10 of Wands is like, so much going on, investing so much energy and so many things in people that sometimes the urgent things are not important. And so when we feel exhausted, right? And it's like, okay, what do I feel? What am I putting so much energy on? And it's like, well, what's the important thing in my life that I'm wanting to head toward? And when we kind of get that true north and that north direction, then anything else that's taking us off course that's not um, fitting into that, we can let go, and we realize those are urgent but not important. I don't care if I get that or not. That can fall away. Well, we got to do it or we lose it. It's like, it's okay. I want to lose that. It's holding me back from moving forward. And so I like this, just seeing things from a different perspective or higher perspective. And I feel like it's more of a reminder, just because we will, it's like they're showing me, like, the olden ships with the big wheels and the sailboats and all that. And they would tie a rope or something to keep them on course with all that. And but sometimes they're doing there and like, hey, blah blah blah, and they're talking and we're drifting off course, and it's just like spirit going, hey, we were kind of drifting, and they're like, oh, thank you. And so it's not judgment, it's just a gentle reminder that we might have been drifting off course a little bit, and it's just doing a little course correction as far as where we're investing all of our energy, especially as we come up here into Aries season, because there's a lot of fire that's going to be coming in here. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, look at all this fire. Oh my gosh, you definitely have all this energy coming in. Yeah, and so here it is. Here's the North Star they were talking about, and you know, the, what's the true dream come true? What are we moving toward our dream? And that's the North Star that I was talking about. And the three of wands too, which is changing direction and getting back on course. So I like that. They're just like, yeah, what is your true dream? And that Knight of Swords is about connecting and seeing things from this different perspective because I do feel here, I mean, you got the sun on the bottom of the deck coming in here along with the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about being in the spotlight, and the Queen of Wands is about connection to spirit, like a lot like the High Priestess, and that you're able to, if you're unsure of what direction to do, you can dial in the eye in the sky and say, left or right, which way do I go? I'm not sure. Can you give me clarity? And they will, answer us and show us the way if we ask, but they are pretty much just letting us, they don't want to be a backseat driver. They're just like, if maybe they wanted to take a detour, that's okay. We're along for the ride. We're enjoying it. We don't care. But if we're like, hey, am I going the right way? And they're like, well, are you wanting to go that way and to this location? Yeah. Well, yeah, we kind of went off a little bit. You just need to take a right up here and take a left, and then you'll get back on the freeway. Oh, okay. Thank you, but they won't speak up unless we ask them to, because they honor our free will, right? Yeah, yeah, that's where you wanna be. That's where we are, actually. That's why I love Spirit is that we're kind of taught we're in a little baby seat in the back seat, and Creator and Spirit are driving, and we're just along for the ride, and it's like, it's actually opposite where we're driving a big old bus, we're the driver, Spirit, is in the back seat, all of our posse, and they're like, wherever you want to go, we're there. And then Creator is like our in the passenger seat, and they're the ones that are handling the nav system, and they're also doing the handling the radio and the music and the um you know heating and air conditioning and handing out the snacks, and they're all basing all that on what we're putting forward, right? Because our energy is always leading us, and all this wands energy and the sun, bright energy, shows that whatever we're focusing on is what they're telling us, all right, so you want to go that direction, you want to feel that, we're gonna bring in, and we'll take you on those roads that bring that for you. But we're the ones telling them where we're wanting to go, through our energy, you know. So we talk about, if I'm focusing on, what I'm want, and missing and hate and fear, then they're going to take us on those streets of wanting. It's like, why are you taking me on the long loop? Like, well, you like to want and not get there. So we're going to take the long route to get there. And they're like, no, 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 I want to get there. So instead of focusing on I'm wanting something, we start focusing on gratitude and seeing ourselves there. And then that tells them, oh, you want the direct route. All right, well, let's again course correct, and we'll take you in these directions. So I love it. I love this energy for you. So it's like stuff you already all know. It's just I feel like they're just reminding, and speaking up um for you because you've asked them to at this point in your life. And we give them like this honey-do list before we come down here going, it's more of a honey ask because we're not that, demanding over there. We're like, hey, when we're down there, I would like this, and this. And when this happens, can you just kind of nudge me back onto that course? Yeah, absolutely. And then that's what they're doing. So I like that for you, Johanna. How fun. Woohoo. All right. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And thank you for that donation. I just saw some of your other comments here. The raccoonery. That's right. And do I still want more decks? Yes, I do. I actually just got a new tarot deck and 3 new, oracle yesterday. So, I might need an intervention. And and I actually have 2 more on their way too. It's what I do. 'Cause I do so many readings that I like to keep it fresh for everybody too. My pick of cards and, I have some great, equinox readings for each individual zodiac sign coming up this next Friday. So, so I liked it. Maybe it's my Aquarius, I get bored easy, and so I like to change things up too. I don't know. I don't know. But thank you. I know, right? You will, you will. I got the Sufi tarot, which I wanna really look into those. Very interesting, and some other great cards, so I'm excited. I call them spirit-led purchases. Alright, let me get going here. So many blessings to you, Hannah, so good to have you here. Alright, and then Brenda, I think you were up next. Let me take a look here. Yes, there you are. So Brenda, you are up. Let me see. Your question here is in general, you're not sure if Eric and you will see each other. He told me he's in love with you. Oh, wow. He kind of love bomb you, or let everything he had inside out at once. Is that's called like an emotional throw up, right? Oh, okay. Well, what do I do with all this, right? I like it. I like it. I think we knew this was coming, right? I just didn't realize it was gonna maybe all this Pisces emotional energy and this water moon just made them like, I can't. It's like it flooded their emotions. They couldn't keep it in anymore. Well, gratitude, right? Gratitude instead of having to pull it out of them, right? Torture it out of them. Instead, they shared it, which I like. So let's take a look here and just see what Spirit wants you to know in general with Eric and you, and will you see each other? All right. He is cute. He is cute. So, wow. Okay. Yep. 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 Wow. Yeah. So, I love this, Brenda. So, Brenda, we got this. The moon card. So the moon helped you in this situation here. All of this emotional energy in this new moon and Pisces. And again, we've got all that we're in the of course the month of Pisces or the season of Pisces. And we got like four other planets in Pisces too. And it's just like boom. So they're like, yeah, we'll see if he can hold his emotions in now. Ha ha! But it was destined and designed, and I like it. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is a relation one of the relationship cards, fullness and abundance. Usually the original tarot, you would see like a couple together. There's a child and a dog and a grandfather, like ancestry, the palace, the coin. So, we've got all of this, and I love it. The Three of Pentacles tells me that they are being true to their authentic self. So they're not making it up. They really mean it. And especially with this moon card, it's like they couldn't have held in their emotions if they wanted to. It's like, you know, having a they're showing like have someone with one of those little red plastic cups going, I'm gonna have this wave. I'm gonna contain it in this cup, and here comes this big 10-foot wave, and they're like, waterlogged. It's like, I love you. And we've got the chariot, the movement, the victory, the page of swords, new heightened communication too. So I like this. I feel like, didn't I think we talked about, right, that once they make that decision, especially, they were like, because this was regarding your children too, right? If I'm remembering correctly. I do so many readings that when they tap it, I feel like that they're telling me this is the one. Um, But, when they were gonna make that decision, they were like, "You know what? I'm I'm either going to go all in because I know what I want, and this, meeting your children, um, is the is like it was a big decision point because they're like, I either have to go no and I need to step away, or I'm all in and I'm gonna be there. And I like that. So that's what's coming in, Brenda. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I like it. I like it. Oh, and seeing each other. Sorry. I was like, I got all excited about that. I live vicariously through everyone with their relationships because I'm a hermit. Temperance. So I feel like that, this is patience and timing. If not today, it'll be the next day. But I feel like there's this be patient, allow things to unfold, allow them to do, the contact and stuff. Um, so I feel like that's like it's funny because what they're showing me is like, things go slow and, things are going like that, because it's the back and forth, it's the alchemy. But they show me that it suddenly turns into making is it a martini? Because they do that martini glass. They're like, you know what? They're like, come on. And so their side, they are trying to, you know, hold back, but they're not doing a very good job at it, which is all right, right? I feel like you're okay with it, but they're trying to be like, I don't wanna, like, um, burn you out, um, and, so I feel like if you just let them know, you know, um that you're like, "I'm totally okay with, all the time we're spending together." You know? Positive affirmation, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause, I feel like they do want that, and, even just like, "I'm looking forward to seeing you. I love spending time with you," and they're just like, "Okay." That just gives them what is it called? They call it positive reinforcement for good behavior. I like it. Alright, so that is what they have for you right now, Brenda. So thank you so much again for your donation. Alright. Yeah, thank you, Infinity, for answering Brittany. Not yet, almost, we're headed there. Let me see here. So we had Brenda, and then let me see what timing was here. And then Infinity is 1. Yeah, you got in right before Flower. Alright, so Infinity, you are up. So thank you for the ice cream cone and for the donation. I appreciate that. And you wanna know, how does the Virgo feel about your message? Will he be open to collaborate in the future? Alright, let's take a look here. See what's going on with this Virgo. What's going on in their mind and collaboration, the collab. All right. Hey, magician. Shout out to one of my new YouTube channel members. Hello, hello. Good to see you. All right. Let's see here. Well, oh, I like this for you. Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so their feelings about your message, Page of Cups is happy, so I do like this, energy coming in here. It is, of course, very positive with that, and, also we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So this is like the fastest moving horse, with the slowest moving horse, and they're headed toward one another here. And I like this, we've got this um energy of some things will move fast. I do feel like they'll want to collaborate here. Some things move fast, some things feel like they're moving at a snail's pace, right? It's like, whoa, come on. I want it all to move fast, right? That's what our human wants. But just know that it will unfold in its perfect timing, and things will move fast, and other things, like I said, will move slow. what the obstacle to get through here has to do with these, the 5 of Pentacles is the concerns around lack, and abandonment, left behind, not good enough, those types of things with this 9 of Wands. And, there's this, and I feel like this is on their side, not yours, because I feel like all of this, the Knight of Pentacles slowness, I feel is them, and I feel like you're like, "Boom, boom, boom, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know if I could do that." It's forcing them in a way to look at what they feel their capabilities are and what they're willing to do, and, Virgo, you know, our lovely, lovely I have a couple of Virgo in my chart too. It's just big thinking. They like to think, they like to, do all this, and, I need to research, I need to really understand it, and you really need to dive into it. And you're like, let's go. It's almost like, do you need to give them a tutorial? I can catch you up really fast because this is how we do it, and this is what we can do, and da 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 da. And I feel like there's a good balance between, their just, Virgo Earth energy too with this, they're like, okay, I need to ground this, and it's good. They give you some good grounding, but you know, you're also like, come on, giddy up, horsies, like we said. You're like, almost a little bit of the fire that burns the horse's butt of the Knight of Pentacles to get things going too. So I like it. I feel like they do want to collab. They just will want to make sure all the everything is spelled correctly, all the I's have the dots, all the T's are crossed, and that it's the perfect font. And it's not even just dot the I's and cross the T's. They're like, big thinkers. Just keep that in mind. So I like it for you. It's feels very positive. All right. So that's what's coming in for you, Infinity. Thank you again for your donation. I like all that. Yeah, absolutely. You're like, yes. And helps us be, patient, right? So we hear that. So yeah, absolutely, magician. You can just, there's no, the chat is the list. There's never, any permission needed. You can just put your question out, and then I just get down to it. First come, first serve. And if I'm right now working on donations, those get priority. I step out, of course, and dive deeper, and then I return back, you know. So that's how that all works. All right. So fun, fun, infinity. All right. And then Flower Remedy, you are up next. And thank you for your donation on Z PayPal. And you wanted to know, will you find love soon? All right. Let's take a look here. And let me just see here. So, Flower, you're up. And then Brittany, you'll be up next after that. Okay. Just to keep everyone in the loop. So, Flower, Flower. Do they love me? They love me, they love me not. They love me, they love me not. That's funny. They're showing like picking petals, right? Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, the bottom of the deck does tell you overall energy. Yes, you will find love. Two of Cups is one of the love relationship cards. Definitely important relationship, and that's the energy on the bottom. So let's take a look here, and see what they talk about timing, right? Because you're like soon, but I like that they start off confirming, yes, you're going to find love. Like, all right, that's step one. So let's take a look and see what else here. All right, let's see. All right, wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. I know I should not do that. I should remain silent until I do it, but I can't help it. It's who I am. You got the Moon card coming out as your first card, which is Major Arcana Emotional Movement. And I like this. There's going to be I feel like there's a hidden love that's gonna be revealed to you, and I don't know, I just feel like, I don't feel like you know them yet, it's not like there's a stalker or somebody, so right? But, with the combination of these cards coming in, it's like a past life, connection, and when you meet them, you're not going to wonder if it's them because of this connection that you guys are going to have. The moon card is like the subconscious, and that's where all of our past life, like Akasha, our access to the Akashic records are, and all those past, emotions and the storehouse of all of those. So I like that because you also have the judgment card, which is our higher self calling us to this higher place. And so these 2 are the ones that are telling me that it's a past life connection that's coming in, plus the energy they're giving me with those cards. So I like all that. Um, there is the Page of Swords, which in the meantime, while you're waiting, so we're talking about timing. What's the hold up? Snap, snap, right? Yeah, definitely new. Yeah, I think you're probably catching up to what I'm saying here. Um, I think the chat is delayed, so you're already picking up what I'm putting down, that it definitely is someone new. Um, and you have the Page of Swords, which tells me, part of the, um, slowness of them coming in is that you're both working on cutting away old thoughts and old mindsets that are limiting around, we get all these inundated, all these opinions, right, that are given to us growing up about supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, and blah blah blah, which restricts, like, well, it has to be this type of person in this type of way, this timing, blah, 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 right? We get all that inundated. Well, this is the Page of Swords is about seeing things from a different perspective, cutting away expectations, cutting away thoughts and beliefs to allow more freedom in how it comes in, when it comes in, and all that. But the slowness happens to allow you both to cut away these limitations so that you move upward and forward and, go up the direction that way. And so it's like, cool, right? And I do feel like it's someone off list, like, well, this is my type and this is who they're supposed to be. And when we have all those expectations, we're narrowed here, but they're over here. And so as you guys and you're over here on theirs, and as you're both opening up those restrictions, you're like, ah, and then you feel that spark that hits. And so it's like meeting them somewhere where you normally wouldn't go. It's outside of your norm and comfort zone, and you're like, "Yeah, why not? I'll go to, I don't know, they're showing me what are those, drag races, where the big trucks, race each other or whatever." You're like, why not?" And they're like, "Yeah, why not?" It's not their norm, and you guys meet going outside your comfort zone. It's that kind of energy that's funny. And the other reason why I kind of giggled and laughed and was excited was because you also got the Lover's card. So you got the 2 of Cups and the Lover's card, which is, reinforcement of this. But one of the other things that's holding back here is the 6 of Pentacles. I, posted it a little earlier. Um, if you see the Take 10 Was Then playlist, episodes 4 and 5, that I posted, a little earlier, the Six of Pentacles is that, episode 5, which talks about, underneath, bubbling below surface, we have this out of balance, giving and receiving. So if this resonates where you feel like, I just have this, I've always felt like I have to give so much and deserve so little, and I deflect people giving to me, because I feel like, well, no, I need to give to people, and no, no, I don't need that. Compliment, "Oh, no, 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 you, not me, you," that type of stuff. So, and this happens when we're younger, we're 7 years old and younger, we learn, through whoever was important in our life, we needed to give so much and we got so little. our little inner child goes, "Oh, that seems fair." It doesn't know, and it goes down into our subconscious, and then it's on autopilot running there. And until we bring it up to our consciousness and go, okay, what's going on here? Our little inner child is keeping hatch marks of this 1,000 love coins you have to give before you deserve one. And it will repel things out of your life like a uninviting a vampire, after you allow them to come into your house. I uninvite you, and then whoosh, people are rejected or not even allowed in. And it can also flow into our you know, um, abundance and jobs and different things too, in addition to love, because it's all about deservedness, right? And that's normal. We all go through it, but it's a great aha when we realize and we look at it and go, wow. Like I didn't realize that that was running on autopilot until they, of course, showed it to me, and I was like, oh wow, it's so true. I'd always overgive, didn't feel like I deserved compliments, reward, or whatever. And in school, I had to overdo things. In work, I had to overdo things, and I could never do enough, and it's freeing. So I like that this is coming in here for you because this is perfect. It's a perfect time for you to just kind of check out that video. It's 10 minutes or less, and it just gives you some tools on how you can, excuse me, balance it down to one. Those force fields drop, and whoosh, here comes stuff that comes in. So yeah, I love it. Yeah, what a great mirror they were for 23 years, right? You're like, "I learned so much about myself." You did it in 1, I did it in, like, 5 relationships, so, you know, um, we either do it, like, long term and we learn so many things, or we take a lot of different classes with a lot of different professors. So I like this for you, Flower Remedy. That's what they have for you. So love, that's how you'll find love. I mean, love is being drawn to you, but the more you raise your love vibration, the more you look into those things and get rid of those old ways of thinking, those old ways of feeling and all that. And I feel like you've been doing a lot of that. And it's just like the more you do that, and then these force fields drop, the faster you guys are drawn in together too. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, and that's what they have for you, Flower Remedy. So thank you so much for your donation, and I'm excited for you. All right. And then Brittany, thank you so much for your donation and your patience. I know you're like, here we are. How exciting. All right. So, Brittany. Oh, perfect. Thank you. How does Dwight feel about the conversation you had this morning about us building a house together? Oh, wow. All right. Let's take a look here. See what's going on in the heart, and we'll see what's going on in their mind too, because we're feeling brave today. So let's take a look here. How do they feel about it first? What are their feelings? And then what's going on in their head? I feel like they're a big thinker, right? All right. So we do here, we've got the Page of Pentacles. So in their heart, they feel like, wow, this is a great opportunity. They see it as something, you know, that they're interested in. They have to get past this. This is what they're a fear that's coming in here. And this is a fear of being robbed, of being cheated, of being not abandoned, but um, sneakiness. And I just feel like it's a commitment, of course, to build a house together, but some old, and this is like below the surface that they've got, that this needs to end here. Um, just like betray, not even so much betrayal like in the past, and not with you either. This is about in their life. They just had these things where it's like, yeah, let's do this. And they got taken advantage of. And then they did this and they got taken advantage of. And they did this, got taken advantage of. And so in they're like their heart goes, oh wow, they like the idea. There's just this fear that they just need to kill off with that death card there. And that's in their heart. But let's look in their mind, because their mind is, of course, where yeah, where uh I feel like they live from their mind, and their heart they have in a cage anyway. And you're like, "Oh, yeah." They have their heart on a leash. If they take it out, it's on a leash, and it's one of those muzzles, and it's the body one where, with a reinforced leash, they're like, "Oh, no, my heart's not getting away." So they'll figure that out, because you've got you've got this victory card with the chariot, which is also a movement card and choices. And you also have the Six of Wands, which is also one of the victory cards and movement and flow of energy. And the Eight of Wands, which is a ton of flow of energy and movement. So you got huge, huge their mind is like, yes. Their heart is like, I don't know, I don't know. And they're just, the heart won't matter, because the mind is going shh, 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 shh. It's like when someone puts their, you know, finger up to, oh no, shh, 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 shh. The heart's like, I don't know, but what if I no, shh, 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 shh. But before, but no, shh, 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 we're moving on, we're doing this. So I feel like they're excited about it, and I feel like, you know, once they got past that little, okay, what is this alarm going off, and they realize, oh, the little 2-year-old went and pulled the fire alarm in the hall, and you're like, oh my gosh, let's just stop that. So I like it. Looks good, Brittany. So many blessings to you again. Thank you for your donation. uh, that's funny. So, you can, anything that you can do just to reinforce, like, do they need to sign an agreement? Anything that will just give them security for that little 2-year-old inside of them, that they're not going to be taken advantage of, or have something stolen from them. They're reminding me of my dad when he was in his early 20s. He went in on a coal company with a few of his friends, and they didn't realize one of the friends that was getting them all to do it was a con, and took off with all their money, and there was no coal mine. And so that, of course, creates this kind of energy that I'm talking about, of like mistrust of, all right, is something going to happen here? Because they've had stuff happen before. So anything you can do just to put them at ease there, just offer it, do it, and then they'll be like, oh, cool. Okay. All right. Absolutely. You are very welcome. Hey, Alice. I did do your two questions at the very beginning. You were up first. So if you want to check out your readings, they're at the very, very beginning. Yay. All right. I think that's it. Let me just make sure here. All right. So I think that was it for all the donations. So we're going to scroll to the top here. And we'll start with the free readings. And if anyone does want their reading prioritized, a donation of any kind, we'll move it to be up next. And I do dive deeper into those. So if you're interested, but we will do the free readings. All right. So Dijona, you are up first. Hello, hello. So whatever comes out, what does Spirit want you to know right now? What does Spirit want you to know right now? Right now. All right. So you've got two major arcana. You got the Fool card and the Lover's card. And the Fool card represents this, you're reaching this place of endings and beginnings. It's the first card in the major arcana, and it follows the World card, which is ending of old cycles, getting rid of old ways of thinking and believing and feeling. I feel like it is here about love too, about relationship, important relationship. And I like this because it's like Spirit is saying, yeah, you're on this new adventure, you're releasing these things, and it's going to feel unlike anything you've had before, with this love that's coming towards you, because it is it's an abnormal love, which is funny. But it's this it's not your norm. It's not someone you'd normally be attracted to. It's not someone that's, on the old list of what I want someone to be in a relationship with, but the heart and I feel it's fated, it's destiny because it's a soul not a contract, but it's a soul partner with the full card representing the soul too. And so this is this fated meeting that it's been destined. You both chose it to come down here for a lot of different reasons, um, which we will not go into right now. But they, are saying that here it comes. Just continue to let go of the supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, must about it all, and go. Here we go. We're headed into this, beautiful partnership that's coming your way, and it's going to be abnormal, abnormal. It's like, was it the movie Young Frankenstein? And they're like, they got the brain, and then goes, "Did you get the brain?" "Yeah, it said Abby normal." It's like, "Oh, no." But anyway, it's fun. So I like it for you, Dayjona. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then musical beer. You are up. So a general for next week. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know here about your next week here? All right. You get some bonus cards here, but I like it. You have this, Empress energy, which is new birth, creativity, free of a lot of restrictions, and so it's like a creative birth of something that comes in here next week for you. And you got the Four of Wands coming into, which is joy and celebration, and I feel like that's what they're focusing in on here, and some balanced energy too. And you have the Two of Wands, and I like this because what they're saying here with the Two of Wands, with all of this positive, uplifting, creative energy, joyful energy, is that the extent to which it is expansive has to do with your energy, which it always does. It's a great reminder for us that whatever we focus on grows and expands. And the more we focus on joy and gratitude and all that, the more expansive it gets. The more we fear and hate and feel we're missing something, the more that lower vibrational energy shrinks it, makes it feel smaller, makes it less. It's like a little sparkler instead of a sun, right? So I feel like it's important for you to just be aware of your energy as you go into the week and, try to do if you're not doing a gratitude journal, do a gratitude journal for, I feel like for at least 30 days. And if you want things to really expand and really explode in positive ways in your life, you can even do on your cell phone, like every half hour or hour, gratitude, gratitude, come back to gratitude over and over and over again, you know, in your life. So I like that. So I think that's what they have there for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Magana, you are the next free reading coming up here. And you want to know, is anyone coming towards you in the month of March? All right. What does Spirit want you to know about who is coming towards you in the month of March? All right. You know, you've got this. That was a deep sigh. That was just catching my breath. Nothing to do about your reading. But the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords, you got this flow coming in here in March. I don't feel like there is someone coming towards you as much as this is getting your energy back because you're changing the way you're looking at and your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about yourself, about relationship, about your life. The Eight of Swords, you can see, is like becoming aware of the thoughts and beliefs that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. There's a lot of energy that's being invested in these thoughts and beliefs of restriction. I like that there's two eights though, because eights are like four things on each side. There's a beautiful flow in the middle, not obstacles, which so this doesn't this is like you've been having obstacles in your face, right? Where you're like, "Oh my god." but it's been coming up to challenge you so that you can be aware of them. And now you're allowing flow, you're allowing change of mindset, which brings in this energy and this passion for life. So I feel like this is a flowy type of where you're flowing, go headed somewhere, and not that someone's coming towards you right now in March. But I do feel like with all this passion, I'm getting a message of it's important for you to go and get out of these mindsets and go forward and go do things you love to do, because it's in living your passion is where you uh, it's like someone's not being brought towards you, they're being brought towards this passion, and they have that passion, you have that passion, like, let's say pottery, you like creating pottery in a potter's wheel, and they're getting all excited about creating a new pottery, and you're getting excited about because you're passionate about pottery, and so you're like, "You know what? I found this cool new place that, has a potter's wheels, and you can buy clay from them, and they let you use their kiln to fire it, and all of their dyes and everything, you just pay a price, and you leave the mess there, and they clean it all up, and I wanna go do that." And this is what they're thinking too, and you're like, boom, and spark, right? So it's not they're being brought towards you, you're both being brought towards this location. So you have to follow that passion to meet each other. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. We'll continue moving down the list. And we are to Goddess, Angelic Vibes 1111. Any blessings coming to you? Yes, yes, yes. Tons and tons of blessings. Well, you got one card. It's all you need. Two of Cups. So important relationship, whatever it may be, and it could be that there's multiple different types of relationships that are coming your way, because this can be romantic, of course, if that's what you're looking for, but also it's like best friend energy, and also like, reconnecting with family that you've drifted away from, and it's just this important relationships are being drawn to you and coming your way, and these are the blessings that are coming towards you. And so I like it because it's like a cousin that they moved away and you haven't contacted in forever, and they're back in town. You're like, "Oh my gosh," and you reconnect at a family gathering or something. It's that kind of stuff. And then you're like, you haven't had like a bestie friend in a long time because the last one they had moved away or passed away or whatever, and so you really haven't found someone that, you felt to be open with, and all of a sudden, boom, here's someone you just connect with. And I like all that. And of course, love, blah, blah, blah. These other ones sound exciting. No, I'm just kidding. But, and also, experiencing connections of romantic love too. So I like it for you, and this is what is headed your way. And I just feel like it's blessings. So I do feel like it's in multiple areas. All right. So that's what they have for you, Goddess Angelic Vibes. So many blessings to you. And Anu, Priya, hello, hello. So March month for you. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about your month of March. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. So I do feel here, I mean, you've got this world card and the Empress. This is significant endings and new beginnings and new birth and starting of things. So you're going to have some, at least one significant ending and beginning that just works its way into your life here. And so there's a significant change in this. Now, I don't know here if you're King of Swords, they rule over the sword suit with the queen, but all kings are given a second portion of air too, which makes them the master of air and mindset. Also has this energy of higher education and learning and growing too. So if that resonates with, a change of like what you're doing with your life, are you going to go to school? Or are you wanting to pursue education? But it's all about learning, learning, learning here, coming in here. And so this ending and beginning just really feels like if you've been on the fence whether you want to do something or not, or I just feel like there's this birth of an idea, this birth of doing something different in your life. And this is the month with, especially with Aries energy. I mean, we got so much endings and beginnings energy. It's crazy because we've got eclipses, which are significant changes. That's March 25th and April 8th, somewhere around there, April 5th, 6th. But we've got both lunar and solar eclipses during that period. And then we move from Pisces into Aries on March 19th, the equinox, change of seasons. We got all this. Spring is birthing, Empress. So we've got a ton of change coming here for you in March. But there's a significant one for sure that you are wanting to birth, and that I feel like almost like uh, it's like destiny in a way, because I feel like you can't stop it, and you don't wanna stop it, but you couldn't stop it if you wanted to, which is okay because you don't want to, so you're like, "Alright, this is what I wanna do, this is where I'm gonna go. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it," right? So this is, a fantastic rest of your March here. I'm excited to see what that's about. Right? So many blessings to you. That's what they have right now. And then Ange 777, you want some higher self guidance. Let's take a look here. What does your higher self want you to know? What kind of guidance? All right. Well, we do have a lot of fire and movement here. Knight of Swords is, one, it's not the slowest moving knight, it's not the super fast, fiery one either, but there's a lot of movement of mindset and thinking of how you're looking at things, and movement of communication that's happening in your life too. It's like, feel like it's time for you to express yourself either through voice or writing or some way. It's like I feel throat chakra energy with this Knight of Swords, that it's time for you to speak up and express yourself. And even with this King of Wands too, the King of Wands is like Emperor energy, where it's all this fiery energy, owning your magic wand, where it's deciding. Oh, and that makes sense with the speaking up too. I love it when a plan comes together. But they're telling me, the emperor is like the kings and royals, they get a lot of advice, right? Supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and all that. And then they get to this point where they're like, I've had enough. Thank you for all the opinions. Now everyone clear the throne room. Now I'm going to decide. And this is you voicing what you are deciding, what you want to do for your life, where you want to head, and the plan you're putting together and the action you're taking toward it. So I like this. It is a time of really zeroing in on what I want to do. Yeah, I heard everyone's opinion. Thank you, but it's my life. If you're at a giant dinner table at a restaurant and everyone's telling you what you should order, you're like, you order what you want to eat. I got to eat it. I'm not sharing. None of us are sharing. I'm going to eat. This is my life. I eat it. I'm going to choose for me. And so I like this for you. I feel like it's your higher self telling you, there's no wrong choice. What do you want to do? And you don't have to, fall into, all of that, energy there. So that is what's coming in for you right now. So many blessings to you. No issue. You're still several down the list for the free reading, so you didn't miss it yet. All right, and then Lynx Lee, you are up next. So, how will your divine counterpart be? All right, let's take a look here. What little tidbit do they want to tell you about your divine counterpart? Right, the continued scavenger hunt, little bits and pieces that they're willing to tell us, right? Um, and let's see what this other one is here too. Okay, yeah. So, with the 3 of Wands coming in here, with the 4 of Pentacles is like a card that's screaming to me about home, residence, and the 3 of Wands is like a change of direction. And this tells me that it's someone that when you meet them, I don't feel like they're in the old westerns. "You're not from around here, are you?" That's what they're showing me, and I feel like they're not, from your local, wherever you're living, they have moved. We're going to go and do a different direction, but they decided to move to your location, and that's what causes you guys to meet. And you hadn't seen them before because they hadn't been around, and so they're fairly new and coming to your region, coming to your city. So I like that. So it's a little bit of a tidbit. Um, Foreigner? I don't know if they're a foreigner or if they're. I feel like they stand out and they're different, so they might be from a different country completely, um, like accent-wise and, complexion and, culture and different things like that, which I feel like intrigues you and is attractive. Alright, but that's what's coming in, Linksley, for you there. Another little tidbit on your journey. So many blessings to you. Alright. And then Ajushri Tawari, you're up next. You wanted an angel guidance. So I'm just going to take a quick sip here. Since it's been a little over an hour. Goodness. All right. So angel guidance. What do your angels want you to know right now? All right. The wait is over. Hallelujah. Because you had the Hanged Man, which can represent like a patience card. Things have been unfolding. It's the caterpillar, in a cocoon, slowly transforming into a butterfly. You're like, come on already. But it's like waiting for water to boil or waiting for bread to bake. You're like, I can take it out now, but it's going to be gross. Um, so it's worth the wait. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. So you've been patient and waiting with the Hanged Man. And the Ace of Pentacles is the new opportunity opening up. So it's the new birth. The butterfly is coming out of the cocoon. It's whatever you've been waiting for and looking for. You're about to have a new, um, and it's like being known in the outside world, this new opportunity, this new birthing of the thing that you've been waiting for to come out in the outside world. So they're basically saying, you've been patient, 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 and I know it's been fun, but it's definitely worth it. When that hot bread comes out of the oven and you bite into it and there's no raw dough in the middle of it, you're like, "Oh, this is so good," or whatever this is that you've been waiting for. It's like, "Ah, so good, was worth the wait." And sometimes the wait even makes it even more delicious, right? And so this is what's coming in for you right now on Jushri. That's what they want you to know. So many blessings. All right. And then we've got Cutie. You are up next. So who is coming towards you in love? All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about who this is? All right. So you have two um, people coming towards you in love. And I know, right? 0 to 2. What the heck? Why can't I have one at a time? But this is a beautiful, because with the moon card is the hidden and the unknown, and there's 2 individuals that you'll be interested in, and, there's deep emotions that are below the surface, but also this knowingness, this revelation of, what is this? What is there's something hidden. There's something that you don't see before, that you didn't see before, and now it's coming into clarity here. And so just wait. If you don't know, like I don't know, I don't want to date 2 people. Like one is enough. I don't want to date 2 people. I'm a fate. I'm a one person at a time person, right? And you're like, I need to know. Well, you can ask Spirit, can you bring some clarity? Can you make it a no-brainer? And just, can you bring me information, the hidden things that I need to know? And boom, they bring it, and you're like, oh, easy breezy, short and easy, switcheroo. So I feel like that's important for you to know right now, Cutie. And so that's what they have. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then soul searching vibe. You want an energy reading between you and the connection with spouse. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, oh, boo, 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 boo. Yeah. So there is obviously you have the lover's card, which represents this strong connection between the two of you. They do have the 10 of wands, which represents, an important thing with the energy between you is uh, focusing on the important, not the urgent and not everything, right? It's like choose not choose your battles, but choose you where your energy is, because there's so many different cups in relationships, right? And if we have a picture of our emotional energy and we try to fill every cup's going to be filled like this. And so it's important for you to choose which cup. I love it. To choose which cup you want to fill, because if there's too many, it's going to drain you both. And so when you focus in on a single cup, and allow that to be that focus of the energy, or a couple of areas instead of everything. It's like, if there's this old video I watched like decades ago where they were talking about when you get into a relationship, if you have more than 5 deal breakers, you need to be by yourself till you can get it down to 5. Because there's, like they said, their partner, would chew with their mouth open, and they're like, I wanted to reach across the table and just smack them and say, "Stop it." But they're like, but if I did that with everything, I would be have no successful relationship. They were like, get it down to if there's just 5 deal breakers or less. And when you realize it and you're like, I can invest my energy in finding out what their deal breakers are, usually the deal breakers will be agreed upon, right? And it's like, okay, these are the 5 that I'm going to focus all my energy on maintaining, and that's the kind of energy I'm feeling, if that makes sense. But I like that for you. It's like choose what's important, not what's urgent, and not try to do everything, because then you get worn out energetically, but you also don't have a whole lot of full cups because of that. All right. So I like that soul searching vibe. Some great advice. I like it. All right. So many blessings to you. And then smooth life, your subconscious mind's message to you. Ooh, spooky. Let's take a look here. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. I'm just going to reshuffle these real quick here. All right. Your subconscious mind is a message to you. All right. Here we go. Yeah. So we've got the judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place, and it is also part of our subconscious. The 6 of Pentacles is they're wanting you to be aware of an out of balance giving and receiving that's below the surface, right? And I posted a little earlier a Take 10 with Zen episode 4 and 5. There's a playlist there. So, if you can't find it, let me know in the comments, and I will, actually, let me just repost it. I'll just repost it now because it helps everyone, and, why not have it easy breezy, have it twice instead of you try to hunt it down, right? So here it is. I think this is it. Yeah, here it is. Um, and this talks about the episode 5 talks about this 6 of Pentacles. And so your subconscious mind just wants to let you know, hey, just so you know, there's this program that's running on autopilot below here that you may not be aware of. And if it resonates where you feel like you have to give a lot all the time, and you feel like there's these forest fields keeping love and raises and money and opportunities out of your life, it's because that inner child is down under in that subconscious world going, nope, nope, we don't deserve that yet. They have this belief about, I have to give 1,000 love coins before I can get one back, or abundance coins, whatever it is. And so that's below the surface. And they're wanting you to kind of go revisit that, because until we bring it from our subconscious into our conscious mind, it's running there on autopilot. I talked earlier about how I recognized it looking back on my life when I eventually realized it and was brought up for me to look at. I used to overgive in school, overdo things in school, then overdo things in work. Feel like I had to overgive in family and friends and relationships and everything. That was always, I don't deserve anything. I have to give, 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 deflect compliments, you know, gifts, whatever. I don't deserve this. Oh no, you shouldn't have, all that stuff. And there's a big transformation that happens when you're able to go down there and take a look at that. So be sure to check out that video if that resonates for you. But that's what I feel is coming through for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Angel Blessings is up next. So anything about your future spouse. All right, let's take a look here and see what is in the cards for that they want you to know. All right, just one. Oh, okay. Well, this is a great card to get here. This is the Six of Cups, which is, it can be someone from, I'm not even going to go there because you don't need to know that the other reasons for the card. But if you watch a lot of tarot readings, you'll whenever this comes up, a lot of tarot readers, it's the card that represents someone coming from your past. But this is not someone you've known in this lifetime. This Six of Cups for me in this day and age that we're in, it's all about past life connections. That this energy that's coming in for you is like you meet them and you're like, I feel like I know them from somewhere. Where'd you go to school? Where'd you work? Blah, 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 blah. And they're like, no, none of it. And you realize, wow, we've known each other in past lives. And this energy is so different than anyone that you've met before. You won't, it's like you won't even have to wonder. I wonder if that's them. It's like there's this they're glowing when they walk in the room and you're like, "I wonder if that's them." It's like, no, you're like, "Oh my god, it's them." So I like that for you. It's gonna be very unique connection, and you're gonna have all these beautiful emotions of these different lifetimes that you've had together that you get to experience in this lifetime too. So I like that for you, angel blessings. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Continue moving down and down and down. And Pinky, you are up. So, future self guidance. What does your future self want you to know? The Powerball numbers are. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone's writing them down, right? All right. Oh, sorry if you hear my stomach growling. Wow. That was like a 15-second growl. All right, simmer down. So we've got the devil card here and the hermit card. And what your future self is saying, it's important here for you to know that this is your higher self, connection to your higher self. That's who's in the lantern. So this is you spending time and you searching and this connection to spirit. And then the devil card is our shadow. And they want you to know that they are all part of one another. And that, the everything that happens in your life, everything that unfolds is truly for you. And, there's things, information we're getting from our higher realms and our connection with the higher realms. And then a lot of stuff below in the subconscious that connects us to the higher realms. But we got our Akashic records, we've got our inner children, we have emotional side of our child, inner child, mental, physical. We got all this down in here. And I just feel like there's so much revelation that they wanting to bring you into your life, and a big piece of all this is just standing up knowing that this is part of me. I don't need to destroy my ego or destroy my shadow. It's a piece of me. My higher self completes my shadow. They join together and walk hand in hand. Our higher self completes our shadow, completes our ego, our human side. And I feel like that's an important thing that they want you to know, as far as guidance is like they're all working on your behalf for you. And that sometimes when we feel like things are happening to us, that's just an experience we're having. But the reality and truth of it is it's happening for us to reveal things for us, to give us the experiences we're wanting to be able to transform things. So I feel like that's an important thing that they want you to know right now about life and and what is happening or will be happening. Like trust it. It is for you, even though sometimes our humans like, how is that for me? I can't get, can't connect with that right now. All right, so that is what they have. So many blessings to you. All right, then Goldie, you'll be my next free Redina, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much. HTTPS. Let me give that some love and a like there. All right. And you want to know messages from your spirit team? Absolutely. Hey, Deep T, no, you did not miss your reading yet, so you are safe. All right, let's take a look here. What does your spirit team want you to know right now? All right, one and well, actually, that one is 3. This one is 2 and 3 and 4. So some things that are coming out of order is what I'm hearing here. We've got this because it was like the cards came out, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. One came and then 3 and then 2 and then 4. So it just feels like there's this little tick, 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 interesting way of how things are unfolding here is what they're letting you know. And you've got the moon energy as your card on the bottom of the deck. So, definitely I feel like there's some hidden and unknown things that are going to be coming your way here. Moon energy, very important, but let's take a look here and see what we have going on here. How does all this unfold? Ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doo. All right. Wow. All right. We'll get over here. All right. So the first card that came up here is the 5 of Swords, which does represent like there's this conflict between head and heart that come in with this. And with this energy here, what's being brought up with the moon card and the hidden and the unknown has to do with the 3 of Pentacles, which is about you being true to your authentic self and you taking a path that is more in alignment with what you are truly wanting. And whatever this conflict is, it's bringing up and it's allowing you to see how, maybe in some things in your life you have limited yourself and did what other people wanted you to do because, of course, we all are sucked into that in the beginnings of our lives, right? Because we don't want to be rejected by our tribe and we don't want to rock the boat and shake things up and, you know, be punished and, lose praise and lose support. But whatever this, and it could be all this moon energy that's coming in here too, is just bringing and bubbling a lot of things up. This new moon today in Pisces bubbles a lot up from that moon card from the surface below that. We got all these planets going on in Pisces right now too, so I feel like your moon energy and this emotional energy is bubbling up, and with it, it's like if they ever have an earthquake, near a lake or seashore, and it dislodges something that comes to the surface like, oh look, there's the Grecian, hall of justice that disappeared and they had no idea where it is, and here it is. Well, that's what I kind of feel like is happening is there's this bubbling up that's coming and it's bringing to you a new idea, a new inspiration about what you want to do and where you want to head here. Because you have the 8 of Pentacles, which is this transformative time of doing the blood, the sweat, the tears, and it's the movement of like apprentice to master or going to school, if you're interested, if this is triggering something of like, I always wanted to be a counselor and or a teacher or something, and I'm going to go to school for it. I'm going to go take the certification, or I'm going to go take the test, or I'm going to glean the knowledge and see what I need to do. But there's this progression with this 8 of Pentacles about the outside world that you're taking these steps with whatever is bubbling up here. Got the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance and fulfillment and a full life here. And, so it's like they're saying, don't worry, you can change things, you can alter things, and you will be successful. You will feel like your life is full. You got Sun card too, which is all about brightness and success and victory. It's one of these two cards are like two of the top five most abundant and fulfilling cards. So, that does bring in this sense of completion and wholeness with where you're wanting to head in this change up in this direction. Now, just be patient with yourself too. You got the temperance card. It would just take a little bit of time to unfold there, but you have the 7 of cups. I feel like the it's choosing what you wanna do. It's like this feels like a dream card of, I have all these possible dreams and all these possible things that I would want to, accomplish or experience, and it's about choosing. It's about realizing which of those are not of your authentic self, that these are the ones that other people gave you, you know? It's like if, they're showing me like you're at a restaurant and you ordered the dish that you want to eat, and then they're bringing all these other things that are complimentary, that other people are sending things to you in the restaurant going, oh, this person sent you this fresh octopus, and you're like, okay. uh, that'll just sit there. It's like there's these cups, these plates on your table that are not yours, that you didn't order, that sometimes we force ourselves to eat because we don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But when that tentacle gets stuck, on your tongue or top of your mouth, you're like, why am I doing wait, why am I doing this? So your guides are so funny. But it's like, yeah, why am I doing this? I don't need to do that. I can thank them. Thank you for that. And if you want, you're like, "Can I have that in, like, to-go box?" And then you're like, you give it to some homeless person and going, "I hope you enjoy octopus, but here's a free meal." And they don't care. They're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." But this I don't know why they took me into this story, but that's what's going on. It's like you're realizing on this table with all these things that what are of yours and what was put on the sent from other people, right? So a lot of clarity coming in HTTPS. Hopefully you enjoy that. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. Thanks again for the donation. Your guides are crazy. All right. And then Goldie, you were up next. You wanted messages from your forever person. So let's take a look here and see, what does your forever person want you to know? You got the 4 of cups, and your forever person just wants you to know that the love that you're looking for, you can only find within you. These 3 cups are the cups of the outside world, including the relationship with them, because you've got like 1 cup is relationships, 1 cup is like, situations like jobs, education, etcetera, and the other one is things, body, bank accounts, money. They're like these 3 cups that we're told to look to the outside world to complete us, but they fall short, they're temporary, they're like American Chinese food. You eat it and you're hungry an hour later. But the Ace of Cups is what we find when we turn inward and upward. And when we do that, that's where this emotional stability comes in. This is where stable, healthy relationships come from, because when we're filling up with this eternal, unconditional, stable love from above, we fill up, and that's what we're looking for, is that love. The outside world doesn't have that love, it unless you come across an ascended master or someone who happens to be in a moment of unconditional love and psh, they're back out of it, right? So we don't get consistent unconditional love in that capacity and consistently, except from inward and upward. But when you fill up with that Ace of Cups and flow out to the world, we don't stop wanting love in the outside world. We just stop needing it and are desperate for it. And then, whereas before, when we were getting love from the outside, it was falling short, right? When we're filling up from the inside and it's overflowing with the love they give us, is above and beyond, and it's extra. So our life changes from feeling emotionally starved of love and lacking to feeling abundant and overflowing instead. So I feel like this is what your forever person wants you to know, because they're like, this is the love you've been looking for, and otherwise, if you don't fill up with that, you're gonna be disappointed in the love I'm able to give you because I can't compare to that, right? It's like a faucet compared to Niagara Falls. It's like, psh, psh, well, psh, psh, well, it's like, okay, once you have Niagara Falls, then the water from the faucet adds in, it's just above and beyond extra, right? All right, so that's what they have for you, Goldie. So many blessings to you. I like that message coming in there. You're gonna bless some homeless with an octopus. Yeehaw! And film that and see how that goes. Put that on YouTube. All right. Take care. All right, Kritika Mehotra. Hello, hello. Hi. Happy early birthday to you. So March 26th, Aries baby on the cusp ish. So how will your birthday go? Everyone seems busy on that day. All right, let's take a look here and see how your birthday will go. What does Spirit wants you to know about your birthday? All right. All right. Yeah, you've got the temperance card came in first, which is patience, grasshopper, patience. It's the unfolding of things that go here. So I feel like it'll be a day of balance as well with that temperament there. The 8 of Wands, though, there's a lot of energy that happens on that day. So I feel like you'll get a lot of messages of happy birthday and things like that. I just feel like um yeah, they're reminding me like people will tell me, "Happy belated birthday," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I missed your birthday." I go, "Oh, don't worry." I go, "I celebrate my birthday all year long." Some people, like, celebrate on the day, some a week, no, or a month. I'm like, "Oh, no. Why do it small? I do it big. I celebrate all year long." And I feel like that's the important thing to realize here is that the day is alright. It's just it's the day you arrived, but it doesn't mean that you can't be happy and celebrate and be grateful for having a lot of one-on-one celebrations. Extend it out, right? In fact, I prefer parties and get big gatherings. I'm not into all that because it feels shallow. It's like just very little, and I know Aries, you like the attention and the extrovertedness and that, but just imagine you can do little small parties with different people who can't get together on the day. You can say, "Hey, how about the 3 of us get together and do that?" And they're like, "Yeah." You can celebrate then, and then on this day, you get together with them and celebrate it. So you're extending, and you can turn the frown upside down, the little crying emoticon, you can turn the frown upside down and go, "You know what? Instead of looking at it as this horrible thing that's sad and down and no one loves me, you're like, "You know what? I'm gonna make the best of it and, do all this." It's like when you have divorced parents and they both remarry someone else and you're like, "Wow, we have a broken family." Like, "No, you have how many grandparents? Look at all the extra gifts you get." You know, as a child, you're like, "Wow, you know what? Now Christmas is so great because not only do I have 2 moms and 2 dads, I've got 8 grandparents." And it's like, "Come on," instead of just the regular 4, I get 8. So it's about how you look at it, and, you get to decide what kind of day it's gonna be for you there too. So that's what they have for you, Kritika. So many blessings. Oh, there you go. That's alright. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Yeah, yep, I got that it's on the 26th. That's why I said happy early birthday to you. But, yeah, so you're like, "Well, I wanna celebrate with my best friend, but they're busy." Well, that's alright. You get to have another time just with them on another day, it's just a date. I mean, and you must be young, 'cause I just celebrated my 57th birthday last month, and Um, after so many, you're just like, it's just another rotation around the sun, especially when you celebrate all the time. Uh, oh, okay. I get you. I get you. Oh, yeah. So I get it. I get it. Too funny. Well, when you turn 21, next year, I'll tell you about my 21st birthday adventure, uh, when I turned 21. Because it was not oh, Trini, alright, very good, DFS. Uh, just the little, spoiler alert, I had not planned on going out to drink because I wasn't a big drinker, and I was supposed to be a clown at a little kids' party the next morning, and my friends at work took me out, and I drank more than I ever had in my life, and I think that's where Stephen King came up with the It clown. The people little kids were throwing confetti in my face, and, actually, a couple of them had been with me. It was their party, and I'm like, "You guys shouldn't have done that to me." And, and so when the little kids were throwing confetti in my face, the the French one, Come here, children, let's go play pin the tail on the donkey." They're like, "Why don't you go drink and eat something?" So, fun times, fun times. I crawled to go take a shower and to put on my clown makeup and the big rainbow wig and the big, clown, shoes and clown stuff, and it was like, "Oh, oh." My eyes were all red and bloodshot, it was funny. Good times, live it up. Alright, sorry, back on track here. So, Infinity, thank you so much for the burger. Did you hear my stomach growling? Alright, so Infinity, thank you for that donation. And you wanna know, why doesn't Leo visit you in your dreams anymore? Doing something to block him from coming in? Oh, let's take a look here. Let's see what we have here. What do they want you to know here? You also feel like a clown when you're hungover. Too funny. The lives we've lived, huh? Alright. You know, I don't feel like you're blocking anything, I just feel like there's this period of time with the temperance here. We have they, like, trust the timing, you even got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, which is telling us that everything unfolds for us, and that they're like, sometimes we'll have these little periods of time of absence of visitations of, people visiting us, whether it's people on the other side or, future, higher selves of people or whatever. It's always for a reason, right? And I feel like, you've got the judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place. You've got the Empress, which is a new birth, and the Page of Pentacles, which is like an upgrade too. And it feels like here that there is this change that you're going through that it's not like you're blocking them, but it's like there's a lot of if you're going to if you're going to go into heart surgery, let's say, they they limit the amount of things that can come in while they're working on the heart, right? They don't have like people just walking through like a lobby, There's like this pocket that you're being taken to so that you can have this upgrade, so you can have this change and this movement that happens with you there. Because you do have here it's like the world card, and here it's like this bubble. You have this bubble that's around you, and here's all the people on the outside. In fact, there's the Leo being kept outside the bubble. So there is this, um, you know, nothing you're doing, it's being done for you by your higher self and spirit so that you can, you know, look at some things here and have this upgrade. There's this flow of thought and belief and even higher knowledge and so it's kind of like this energetic spiritual upgrade and download kind of energy that I'm feeling. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck you got the Ace of Swords, which is higher knowledge and higher connection coming in here. And the King of Cups, so balancing out of your head and your heart. So there is this, that's what's happening here. It's not something that you're doing to block any one or anything yourself. It's being done for you, so that the there's no viruses that come in with this download and this upgrade. Not that they would do that, but it's just like that's the analogy they're giving. It's like, okay, it needs to be pocketed for you for this moment, but they will return. And they're going to bring flowers to you so that they can visit you afterwards, right? After this heart surgery, not physical heart surgery, but you're doing some emotional heart surgery. So I like it. That's what's coming in for you. All right. So many blessings to you. Again, thank you for your donation there. And let's take a look here. So I'm going to be headed out here in about 5 minutes. But I will return because I know I'm not back until Friday for a free reading. So I'm going to go spend about an hour with my praying mantis members, and then I'm going to eat because my stomach's been growling and better eat so I don't pass out. And then I'll come back on and finish out the free readings this afternoon. So probably be a couple hours before I come back. So I'm going to grab here. So Grace, you'll be the first one when I return. And let me just take some screenshots, and I will go down in order as the chat. And after I'm done with it, I will, the new stream, when I come back on, I will post a comment at the bottom that will, let me just make sure here. I lost my place. Okay. There we are. I also post a comment on the bottom and pin it, which will list the order in which by name of the readings were completed. I'll get it out. Blah blah blah. As you get older, you just don't do the multitasking like you normally would. I used to handle 2 chats at a time, and when I was in customer service and be jumping between all of these things and be able to talk while I'm updating stuff, and well, maybe it's like if you don't use it, you lose it. All right. I think I got them all here. And in the meantime, while you guys are waiting, don't forget we have a Pisces new moon energy going on right now. So here is a link to the pick a card. So you can choose a pick a card and get some information from Spirit. But it also talk about in there how you can make the most of your 10 new moon wishes. So be sure to check that out. Also had a new episode come out of my podcast, From Chaos to Cozy. So if you want to check that out or catch up on the podcast, there's a link to the entire playlist there. And if you're interested in a meditation, every month I do a pilgrimage meditation where we go visit a sacred place on the earth and through meditation. And then we have a pick a card around it too. This one we visited the sacral chakra of Mother Earth, which is Lake Titicaca. I love saying that. And we ask Spirit on the pick a card, where can you use support in your life? So if you want some extra information while you're waiting for your free readings, be sure to check that out. And then also I introduced life purpose readings that came out at the beginning of March, and they're half off until the end of March. So if you want to check those out, there's the video for those as well. So that is what we got going on there. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Infinity. Yeah, pop your question there and I'll grab all that, and then you'll be first when I come back, for the later session. I think those were the ones here. Also, yeah, I've got the 2024 energy forecast too, which is a playlist for each individual zodiac sign. So if you want to get a big forecast for your entire year, you can check that out too. Well, I'm just waiting for Infinity to pop your question in there, and then I will be headed out to my praying mantis members. And if you guys are ever interested, I do have 2 levels of YouTube channel memberships. The Zen Cricket, which is $2.99 a month, which gives you advanced access to my podcasts and my pick a cards. I do record them in advance, so you have advanced access. And then I have a cozy chat on Wednesday evenings, um, which is an hour we talk through chaos to cozy and that kind of information there. And then, my praying mantis, you get all of that, and that's $7.99 a month. You get all of that, plus on Thursday nights, you get a 2-hour Q&A, and then after each one of these 5 sessions that I do on the weekend, after each one, I have an hour with my praying mantis members too. So all that information's down below. All right. All right, there, perfect. Thank you, Infinity. Let me grab that. Oh, no. Thanks for the warning, Johanna. I don't wanna cry and mess up my makeup. I don't wear makeup. Not yet, as I get older, I might have to, like, cake it on. Alright. So that's what we have. Many blessings to you too, and, please remember, you guys, as you're going throughout every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So thanks for all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami. So thank you guys for doing that. And then, yeah, until I see you guys again, absolutely have a blessed day, and you know have a great rest of your day or night wherever you may be in the world, and till I see you again, much love to you guys. Hang in there, and we'll see you soon. Take care.